Hi friends, here's Andy Vegan. A quick and easy recipe today, though it takes some time to get it dehydrated. And or you could also put it into your oven and on the lowest temperature. That will go a little bit faster, but it will take me overnight to a little bit longer even to make these banana walnuts. Banana bread walnuts. See, the walnuts have been soaked overnight. Yeah, these are a little bit bitter. So now no longer bitter because it has washed out the bitterness by soaking overnight. And I will combine it with a little bit of salt. I mean, this is a snack in itself. I don't know if I made a video about it, I guess so. So salted walnuts with a little bit of Himalayan salt. Put 2 cups of walnuts into my mixing bowl and just half a teaspoon, maybe a quarter teaspoon, you don't need that much, of the Himalayan salt. Put it over the walnuts and you could eat it. It's so delicious. Just snacking away with it. Combine everything evenly. That would be a snack bite per se. And you could eat it every day. It's super healthy. The nuts won't make you fat. That's almost guaranteed due to new latest scientific studies, long-time studies, not just junk studies. They say you can eat as many nuts as you want, practically handfuls of nuts every day, additionally to your regular food. You would not make you fat, rather you would lose weight. So nuts are an amazing snack, and when I heard that news, I was so delighted because now I can snack anytime. If I want, if I feel like a little bit snack or hungry, I just have a handful of nuts. They have to be pure, of course, not with any oils, extra oils, or fried or roasted or so. Just plain nuts. So this is my snack, yeah, the salted walnuts, and I will cover them in the banana bread. It is a very easy version of banana bread. It's not really banana bread, it's just called like that. I heard it somewhere, and it's such a nice name for these walnuts. I always like to combine walnuts and bananas. Yeah, and here I have some bananas, 2 or 3 bananas, just 1.5 cup or so. It doesn't really matter how much. You can coat them really nicely, the walnuts. So you would maybe have 2 cups of walnuts and 1 cup of pressed bananas, 2 bananas or so. And I have 20 dates here. Pitted, of course, they are soft. These dates are nice, I like the flavor. And a tablespoon of cinnamon. I use Ceylon cinnamon from Sri Lanka because that is better for the blood pressure. The other one, if you take higher quantities, it's a little bit cheaper, the other one, not from Sri Lanka, from Ceylon, but it pushes your blood a little bit up. And especially if you have a lot of cinnamon, which is recommended because it's so healthy, it's super high in antioxidants, then I would rather recommend to take the little bit more expensive one from Sri Lanka, from Ceylon. I always take it. So a little bit of water to get it running. And I want to make a date paste, a date mousse with bananas and cinnamon, that's it. A little water is only to make the blender go really easy. Let's do the blender dance. It takes some time, of course, to get the dates really into a mousse, but they take a little temperature, but it doesn't matter. I'm blending a long time. and I get it ready. I taste it, though I mean, not really necessary. Good. A strong flavor. The cinnamon really carries on. And here, first two ingredients, walnuts and Himalayan salt a little bit. And now, show what it looks like, the date mousse with the banana here. See, it's pretty firm. And that's good for dehydrating it. And have this soft scraper that helps me to get out all of the mousse out of the blender. When you put some more water in, it takes some more time to dehydrate. And I will save some time and make it a little bit nicer, quicker, a little bit thicker, the date mousse. Otherwise, it's easier to work with, more water, but it takes more time to dry, to dehydrate. And this blender is also pretty nice because it has a large bottom where the blades are working down there, and if there's a little bit more space beside the blades, you can easily reach this with a scraper down there and get it all out. With the other blenders I've known, I get some problems to get it all out. A little bit more slender down at the bottom where the blades are. That's just a detail, technical detail. So this is everything. Now here, that's what it looks like. A heaping, piling date mousse with bananas and cinnamon, and we're combining everything evenly. So each little walnut is covered with the date paste, the date mousse, with the cinnamon flavor. The salt is around the walnut. I've made that already several times. It's a wonderful snack. You can store it in the refrigerator, in the sealed container for months. Yeah, when it's really crunchy, you have to seal it, the container, a lid on top, and it will stay crunchy. Directly after the dehydrator comes out of the dehydrator, then you have to do that. Put it into this sealed container, then it keeps. Same with the crackers. Here is a tray for the dehydrator. This one is with a Teflon sheet. That's for the first hours until the date mousse is dry, so I can turn it around on a mesh. So that's easier to dehydrate when the air comes from below and from above, then it's easier to dehydrate. So I put everything just on my tray. 2 cups should fit on one tray. Get everything out. It's so easy, you know. It's very easy to make. It's not a big deal. Just some minutes. The only time it takes, that will be the dehydration. But I don't have to do anything. I just wait and leave my kitchen and do other things. And I have a little cupboard, a little room for some equipment there in the kitchen in the behind. That is in the old houses in Berlin. They are over 100 years old. They have thick walls like this one. You can rent them in Berlin. They have many of these old houses, and then you have a little bit quietness with the neighbors everywhere, but with the thick walls, it's not so loud. And you have also these little rooms for equipment built in, because originally these apartments have been larger, going around all the house, or almost 1 block. They go around the house and enlarge for whole great families, for 12 members or so, many rooms. And now in the later times, they have, recent times, they have separated these apartments into smaller apartments. They can rent, gain more money, landlords, but it's mainly for the tenants, because we don't have so many friends here in Berlin, big families. We just are single persons here in the big cities, and so we need these small apartments So that's why they cut the larger part into smaller ones. But from the ancient times, they have the same architecture, and they have these small confinements everywhere. For very helpful. For example, I put my dehydrator in such a little apartment confinement, and I close the door off, and so it doesn't make almost any noises. Yeah, if it's it's a little bit louder. Yeah, these dehydrators make some sound, and it takes definitely 12 hours or 24 hours for them to dehydrate everything you want to. And then the noise in the apartment, the kitchen. Some people don't like that. But with these little confinements, you put them in these little rooms there, close the door, and there's pretty quiet. And that's what I like. So I was happy to find that my dehydrator goes directly in such a little confinement. It fits in, so I have no problems. Isn't that a nice story? So meanwhile, I spread all the walnuts evenly on my Teflex sheet. And that's important because you want to have them separate, so that every walnut is coated, and you can crack them apart once they are dehydrated. You see what it looks like? Very nice, right? And that's my banana bread walnuts. Okay, I will dehydrate that. Perhaps I come back and show you when I flip it around. You can see what it looks like. And so far, see you soon. Have a nice day. Hi again. 4 hours later, and this is what I got. The date mousse is a little bit more dry now, so I turn it around. Here you see, not crispy, but enough to stick to the walnuts. So I can turn them around, and you have the single walnuts. They're all coated nicely, and not sticking together almost, so I can do that now. And for this purpose, to make it easy, I have a second tray here, and this is with a mesh dehydrator sheet like this here. The air can go through both sides to the walnuts now. I just turn it around, the second one, so I have a hole, and like this, very easy, and then I can peel it off. Like this, I can peel it off, and if one of the walnuts sticks to the sheet, I can easily get it off. And that's the purpose. If it is too early, too many walnuts would stick to the sheet, we just go on dehydrating for one more hour or so until it's easy to peel it off. It is nice, and then the rest of the time until it's crispy is faster than. We always want to save energy and time and energy, because it costs always energy, juice, if the dehydrator is electric, and that's why I try to minimize it. The costs, makes always sense. And the sounds also, that is no sounds when it's off, so many advantages. And it's better to have it the hot air, the warm air. It's about 40 degrees, or 41, 42 degrees, about that. Yeah. Celsius. Fahrenheit, it's about 103, 104, something like that. Maximum to call it raw food. Otherwise, in the oven will be, when you have it depends on your oven. Sometimes the ovens, they cannot be below under 50 degrees Celsius, and then, well, it doesn't really matter. If you only have such an oven, don't go ahead, just do it. That's also nice. Though I would taste a difference. If I feel it is a raw food, it feels different. There's more nutrients in there. I can feel it, maybe it's just an illusion, but to me it feels really different if I make it hotter or lower. It takes more time. If the temperature is not so high. But to me there is a difference. At least I think that. I have no science about that. There is science about raw food. Is it healthier or not than cooked? And I guess all they found so far is that if you eat 70% of raw food, total, it is still healthier. But more than 70% or 80 or 60 or 80 or something, they have no proof. So it might not be healthier then. So this is what I have. I don't take that so serious. more important this is ever in vegan. Here, this is what I have now on the mesh, and that will maybe take the rest of the night until crispy, and then I will enjoy them. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe you can relate, and it's really super delicious. You have to try it. They are really a hit. People like it a lot, and yes, so do I. I hope you'll see you soon again. I make videos every day for you to enjoy, to learn together with me. I'm learning myself the most, perhaps. So every day a new recipe, and you can subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube to get that, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. See you.